friends, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Fort Worth Roots.
Oh my God, what happened to you, dude? You're bleeding out. He's like, and dude, I had him just two blood cherries like going on.
Jesus.
It was awesome.
It's hilarious.
It was so funny. So then there's pictures, and the next day he's like, why do I have my shirt off there? And I'm like, you don't remember you're
bleeding out,
yeah,
bro.
you're bleeding out, bro. We had to
save you. You can find Fort Worth Roots on your favorite streaming services, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Pandora, and many more. We're also on YouTube and all the social media feeds at Fort Worth Roots. Information on events and sponsors is going to be at the end of this episode. Real quick, this podcast is sponsored by Roofing Solutions by Darren Houk. Give them a call at 817-882-6520 and get 50% off on a roofing tune-up. You can also go to roofingsolutionshouk.com for more information. Thank y'all for joining us for episode 118. 118 episodes. Fort Worth Roots appreciates every single episode that you've downloaded. If this is your first time joining us, don't lose us. Go ahead and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to us on. If you want information on Fort Worth Roots podcast, as well as the bands that have been on the show and authors and all the other creators that we've had here on the Fort Worth Roots, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Just look for Fort Worth Root. We try to keep you up to date with all of our friends and events that they've got going on, so check that out. February 4th at the Ridglea Theatre, you can find our friends performing live. Don't miss out. It's going to be an excellent show. Again, that is February 4th at the Ridglea Theatre. Today's episode was a lot of fun, and I got to hang out with two bandmates from a band that I checked out many years ago and actually got me warmed up to the live music scene here in Fort Worth, Texas. Again, we got a lot of information at the end of the show about events and our sponsors that take care of the Fort Worth Roots podcast, so stay tuned for that. Thank y'all for being here. That's enough talking out of me. Please give it up for Scott Rice and John Hendrix from Poo Live Crew, and let's start the show! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here at Fort Worth Roots. We are at the studio today. Guys, let's introduce ourselves. Members of the Poo Live Crew.
Yeah. Scott Rice. I play guitar for the Poo Live Crew and handle some administrative duties for the band, if you will.
I'm John Hendrix and
the leg.
The leg.
You can call him the leg. We can get into that here in a little bit.
Got the older leg.
Yeah, the older leg.
Hey, leg, pull that mic just a little closer to the face there.
Oh,
Awesome.
Hey.
Am I good? Do I have a...
Y'all sound great. Now, are y'all's volumes good in the ears?
That's perfect, man.
Yeah. All good? All right.
It's like you've done this before. You've ironed out this process.
Yeah, well, you guys have an event coming up.
We do.
February 4th. So this is going to be episode 118. I'm going to put this out Monday.
Oh, sweet.
Typically, my episodes, man, I'll stack up like 6-7 episodes with amazing guests like yourselves, and then I'll just kind of release them in order. But since you guys have something coming up, we're going to put this out Monday.
Well, man, thanks for bumping us at the top of the queue. That's freaking awesome.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, we, I don't know, over the years, we've been doing this an extremely long time. Like, we're coming up on 20 years next year.
Damn, dude.
I know, man. It's amazing how quickly it's happened.
Yeah.
And anyway, over the years, of course, 20 years of doing music, you come up with these little ideas. You're like, it'd be really cool. It'd be really funny. And this is kind of all of those ideas packed into one nice little neat frame for the evening. Mm-hmm. I've never seen a show presented like this. It's definitely custom. It's weird. It's you're gonna
over the top.
You're going to see. You'll see 3 songs and go, "What the hell are they going to do next, dude?" Like, and then the cool thing is, as we were just talking about in the back when you were showing me the rest of your studio, we got into video editing over COVID and green screen. So now it's opened a whole different layer.
Had to do it, right? Had to pivot.
Had to pivot, man. You got to pivot. So it was kind of cool when things slowed down. We didn't stop, man. We doubled down.
Yeah.
And now we've got those tools to kind of do something, those transitions in between those songs that makes it.
So are you incorporating that into your show at Ridglea?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's all obviously pre-edited, pre-recorded, but we give it, we do X amount of songs, and then we've got about a 2-minute window that we've got to hold people's attention.
Yeah.
We don't want people to go, oh, awkward. Here's a photo of the band up for 2 minutes, and we're going to look at each other. It's there's videos and they're well thought out. Like we really dug deep on this one, man, to like push every idea, and a lot of them are conceptual. Like I don't even know if we can pull this off, but we figured out a way, man. We've got the whole thing built, and now we're just in the raising awearness for it, man. So
cool. Well, you guys, I was scrolling through your social media, and it's just been all about the blowout at Ridglea.
It is, man. We're
February 4th.
And we're just super proud of it, man. Like it really is. I don't care what kind of music you're into. You can come in and every single minute has been accounted for from the second you walk inside that door. At 8 o'clock, music starts. We got an opening band. We can get into that here in a little bit. And then our show starts at 9 p.m. and that goes to 11. Nice. But every single second it's down to the second. Everything has been accounted for. It's like a budget, man. No one's going to get bored at this, man. If you get bored, I'll personally give your money back.
You keep saying we, but you are the mastermind of this. I mean, you had this vision to put this all together, and I don't know how many hours. It's just I can't fathom how much, because
it is a lot, but the payoff. It's again, I'm real bad about DIY-itis, if that's such a thing. Like, I don't know if that's a term or not, but
you walked around the studio.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, man, exactly. You understand, dude. Like, you got limited resources, and then I
got to make it work.
You got to make it work, man, and that's kind of where we are, and yeah, man, just digging in, and yeah, it's we pretty much take a 2-month break for shows. Just we're not going to do anything.
Yeah,
we are 100% focused on getting this concept across the finish line. And
well, I can feel the excitement. I'm getting excited just hearing about it.
You got to come, man.
I'll be there. I promise
you got to come. We'll get you in.
February 4th. That's on a Saturday, right?
That is a Saturday. But yeah, it's the DIY-itis that I'm talking about. Yeah. Like we rented the Ridglea. That's 100% us.
The big room.
We're doing the big room. Yeah. We're doing all the promotion. We did all the video, obviously all the music happening.
We're going to probably be at the front door making sure things go well.
Yeah, we did that last time. The first one, it was we kind of went belt and suspenders approach.
This was at Ridglea?
This was at Ridglea. Okay. We did it 2020, pre-COVID. And we hired, we had to get someone to scan the tickets. We had in-house sound man, but we brought 2 sound men. We just didn't know. We were really nervous about everything. Brought a videographer, brought a photographer, got a
backstage manager,
which
drank all of our beer.
Yeah, we drank all of our beer. And,
come on.
Yeah, it was. He's a good friend. It was all good.
Thank you.
The expectations were low, man. It wasn't.
What's his name?
No name.
No. We don't gotta go there. We're not gonna bust Josh. There's an outside chance. I love him to death, man. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, thanks anyway, manager, dude.
Yeah. He came back and I'm like, your one job, dude, just manage that stopwatch and just tell us, hey, dude, you've got 30 seconds to your ass needs to be on stage dressed in whatever the costume is.
Yeah.
And that was good for about the first 2. And then I'm like, where did he go? How much time? What? Hey, where did our beer go? And then
but that attention to detail really pays off, right?
Oh,
People
it does,
can feel
man.
the attention to detail. And this one is going to be better because you guys have already kind of done
it, man. We took our first swim, and the first one was done off me with everything was recorded on an iPhone and all the editing video from to the Photoshop, all of it. I did all of it on my phone, which I was just like, because I didn't know any other way, you know. And then again, back to the COVID thing, take a step back, Premiere Pro, Photoshop, OBS, and learned all that fun stuff. Learned how to green screen, which really opened a whole nother portal of like ideas and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it made us to where we could put together these really concise ideas. Like,
and you upgraded your.
Oh yeah, I built a home studio, man, kind of like you got going on here, man. And it's the just editing, recording. Space? It's not really a rehearsal space. We have our own rehearsal space that we have. This was more of like for editing and recording. But yeah, I bring the guys in, and we do all of the green screening actually at our practice facility. We've got a practice room, in-house PA, and right outside of that, it's like a huge conference table. And we'll rearrange all that. And the guys that own it, they came in the first time and they saw the green screen. Like, what the hell are y'all doing in here?
We don't know either,
man.
What kind of weird shit are you into?
And then that kind of, finally they just got dude, just give us a heads up. Like sometimes we give tours in here and there's a recording studio upstairs and they're like, we're in costumes and green screen.
You never know.
What are y'all doing in here? So,
Well, for people that don't know about Poo Live Crew, obviously they're not from the area because you guys have been in Fort Worth and the DFW area for a while.
We've been
20
here
years, right?
a long time, man. And
Unbelievable.
It is crazy, but yeah, we kind of started. It was me and a few other guys, and we would get together and we'd learn like just the cheesiest cover songs, or we'd just played them and we just laughed our ass off. Like, this is hilarious, dude. Like, we got to find like a forum to go do this. So Ridglea Theatre used to do an open mic upstairs. So
what year is this?
This is 2003.
Yep.
If I'm guessing,
right.
somewhere around there.
So you guys have been in this together since the beginning.
So me and two other guys would do like an acoustic thing, and we'd go up to Ridglea, we'd play, and just it was a very like serious singer-songwriter forum, you know, and then we come in and we're doing the dumbest songs you can possibly imagine, laughing our ass off. A lot of the people laugh their ass off. So then there was a bar owner there, and he's like, Robbie Turman, which owns the Mule Pub. I don't know if you ever went to the Mule Pub back in the day.
It's not there anymore,
It's not there anymore.
That was the...
Right behind Mexican Inn off of Camp.
Right. Yeah. I really like that place.
It was
good
awesome,
vibe.
dude. That was, and so Robbie's like, I want to hire you guys. I'm like, dude, we know 3 songs, and they were like god awful, but he's like, it's fun.
Yeah.
So over a shot, we didn't have a name for the band. Somebody said the word Poo Live Crew. I was like, that's hilarious.
Where did they come up with that?
It was all of us standing in a circle around shots after heavily drinking anyway.
Yeah.
Cleaned the glasses. Next thing you know, play the show. We packed out the Mule Pub, and I was like, oh crap, man! Like we kind of created a thing and didn't really think this thing through, you know? Like, now we're officially the Poo Live Crew.
Too late to go back.
Which ended up being a blessing, man. Like, I feel like that name. Everybody's like, dude, you're not gonna book any shows with that name, but to us, it's almost like a filter. Like, we don't want to get into these like stuffy situations.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to play. We're not your brick house traditional cover band, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, that ended up being a blessing in disguise. But come 6 months afterwards, I went to high school with this guy, and junior high.
Where at?
Yeah.
Azel.
Azel.
Yeah,
okay.
we're from Azel. Don't judge, man.
No judgment. I know some good people from Azel.
Well, funny. I mean, this dude's always been. He's like Belushi, pre-Belushi, dude. Like, and what I mean by
You're doing a lot better than Belushi. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, true that. Hopefully, better ending, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, knowing him from junior high, like I'd look over to him, and he's first time I ever met him, like 7th grade. He's wearing like a green trench coat and got all these band, you know. Patches on it. I was like, who the hell is this dude's like a walking legend, you know? Like back then I was like, look at all those bands, look at the commitment to this, man. So we hit it off, both skater kids, you know.
Nice. But
he would be the guy that would wander around, and he's doing bits before, you know, way pre-band. Like he'd walk around to the table with the cheerleaders, and you know, like, hey, you gonna eat that brown French fry? and he'd grab that bad boy and wolf it down.
Still my favorites.
Or the even better, he would do the remember how and they would have like the chicken tenders, and they'd have the gravy, but the gravy had been sitting there a little too long, and it would develop that little
layer
skin, that layer on the top. He'd walk over and be like to the cheerleaders, which obviously were, you know, a little snobby at the time.
Yeah,
and
sure.
He's like, you gonna eat that? And they're like, and he'd pick it up. And
Because you wouldn't get your fingers wet. You picked it right from the middle.
You got it right from the middle.
So you had a technique here.
He had a technique, but to me, that like he was doing comedy back then, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So back to 2002, 3, whatever. He shows up. He's like, I got a horn in the car. Like freaking.
Wait a second.
Yeah,
I started watching you guys, and these people I went to school with, so it was fun. And a group of other folks, we were all hanging out, and just fun.
It was very much. I got a horn in the car. I was like, bring it in, bro. Let's do this. And then, he slowly developed in and started developing his superpowers.
Well, basically, it started. You know, you gave me a song. Y'all kept hounding me. Wait a second, we got to go back. John, bring your horn out. I'm like, it's been 10, 15 years since I played this thing. If you want to make a bit and I can ruin the show by playing every wrong note,
which is right up our alley. Like, we love train wrecks. We call those J Sharp, like, you know.
And then
J Sharp.
Basically, I was like, all right, well, give me a song. Let me see if I could even do this. And I went back to the house and worked on that song a little bit. And finally, one of the small shows, I think it was Reds there on Jacksboro Highway. There wasn't that packed. We basically knew everybody in
Reds
there.
is a small place, right?
Yeah, it was tiny, and we were acoustic back then. Like that was it.
Yeah.
We were like cut from the cloth of like Tenacious D or something. Like that's where we were.
Nice.
Like I think the favorite things that we were into was like Tenacious D, like the Dan Band, and then like Adam Sandler, the Wedding Singer. I was like, man, that's a good blueprint of like where you could go with this.
Yeah.
And then, obviously doing it this long, he, next thing you know, like, I don't even know how leg wrestling came up the first time.
You called me out because remember we needed bits. People wanted 2 or 3 hours, and we didn't have that much.
That's true. We did not. That is a great point, dude. We would get hired. That was the thing with even Robbie the first time they got from the
stage
mule.
bits while you're doing your performance.
While you're doing,
We didn't like to repeat songs. I mean,
Yeah,
who does
yeah.
that?
So
Start a song, set
improvise, freestyle, something's happening in the crowd. Let's run with that. Like, and
you look back at me and told the crowd, "Hey, this my horn player says he can." There's no challengers in the whole house, and he can
in
beat
leg wrestling,
everybody.
are you familiar with leg wrestling, where you lay on your back
Right, yeah.
and you get the 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
Well,
I
anyway,
was good back in school, but he called me out. I was like, "Are you kidding me, Scott? Really in front of?" Right, and there's some pretty big hosses that were out there. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh God, where's this gonna go?"
we pull him out, and then that slowly evolved. Like, dude, you have like a superpower, bro. Like your leg is, it's amazing.
Oh
like,
my God, look at those calves.
We would see.
I mean, it's.
I see why you were walking around in shorts. Yeah, that makes sense.
Figured that would be brought up.
Cover up those
showboating,
bad
dude. This
boys.
is like the Deion Sanders high step right here. He's showing those bad boys off.
Is that where the power comes from in leg wrestling?
Quickness.
Has nothing to do with those well-developed calves.
I mean, it's.
Don't give out the secrets, bro.
Yeah.
oh,
Don't give out the secrets.
Fort Worth roots. We're in the tree trust, the trust tree, the tree of trust.
But anyway, it's funny. We just kind of kept running with it, and then we developed like a theme song for him, where I'd grab a wireless mic and I'd go out and I'd start MCing this thing, and I'm like, we started a theme song like "Como te llamo, John Leguizamo, como te llamo," and then we'd do the count, and Dave would do the swells on the drum, building up, and then they'd lock legs, and he's thrown guys that are taller than the ceiling, and
Fort Worth PD, the Fort Worth Cats. There was a catcher
the Cats. Remember the baseball team? We
Yeah,
played one of
yeah.
their functions, and he took down the whole team.
A-Rod-looking
And I was
guys.
like,
I mean, big outfielders.
yeah, and that's the thing. I was like, dude, I want to be careful. Like, you're gonna throw the pitcher's hammy out.
Yeah.
You can't pitch.
Yeah, we need these guys to be functional.
The best one is we were doing this. We would play Crestival, which is at Rivercrest Country Club. We did that a few times, and they would just bring dudes in, and they brought in an NFL kicker one time.
Backup
What?
kicker for some.
He was the kicker, and they flew him in like, "Leg, you're going down tonight, dude." We brought the hoss of hosses.
I've never
in.
seen stretches like this guy was doing, like
Dude's over
total
there
like
doing-
NFL, like
and this
high kick.
happened.
This happened.
You took him
Oh,
on.
And I totally flipped him and basically stood him right back up and gave him the old my signature
him the-
slap.
Oh my
As he's going
God,
over.
dude!
I'm like, yeah, it's
Have you been tested for any kind of weird genetic anomaly? This is crazy.
Yeah,
right?
the legism, and your. I think there's some genetic testing you could do to go back to the roots, and
I would love to.
and
I mean,
and
judging
find
by
out.
out there that can do
judging
that.
by those calves, you might be half horse.
Yes.
It's true.
Well,
And
But
for people
can't
that
say
aren't
that's
watching the
true.
video on YouTube, which they can because we're on YouTube right now.
Oh, cool.
But you're what,
Nice.
5'9"?
yeah.
Yeah. You're not. You don't look like somebody that would take down a linebacker
That's what I say. It's a
for the
superpower.
NFL. That is a superpower.
It's
got
a
something.
superpower. Yeah, it
Short,
is.
squatty. I don't know. My dad, I got in trouble. I had to do lots of squats growing up. My dad.
Maybe it's your
didn't-
low center of gravity. Maybe it's working for you.
I think it is.
That's
take
so
it.
crazy.
Yeah, and then shortly after that, we discovered his falsetto, which is we call him the unicorn.
Okay.
Because he's got a superpower falsetto, and it's funny because he looks like he would pull up on a Harley, by the look at him, and
Yeah.
be ready to slam some whiskey. Well,
Yeah.
he'll still slam whiskey, but
Right.
he can sing the falsettos, man. That's the superpower.
Excellent.
It's a good one.
And this all just happened by chance. You just,
It really
we were
is,
working
man.
out some harmonies, and it was one of those.
I think
Being
we
a
were-
horn player, I just hear harmonies a lot of times, and I just happened to hear this note, and I was like, "Oh, I can hit that," and I belted it out, and they looked at me like,
We looked at him.
do that?
The
I
crowd
go,
looked
I
at
don't
him
know.
like we're going to exercise this more than the leg. And stretch that bad boy out. So.
I'm fascinated with the leg thing. I'm sorry. I don't want to hyper focus on this and talk about it for the next half hour, but
"Well, you're kind of look like you might."
We can back
Same
that
build,
camera
I
up.
mean,
You could give him a go. You wanna run at the champ?
No. I just got back into the gym, and like today I was I was like, I need to really focus on stretching before I hop on the
Right.
exercise train with these 20-year-olds, right? And I'm all stove up. I'm super sore. So,
Okay, well, not
and
today.
even if I was in my prime, I'm not. After hearing your accolades, I'm not leg wrestling with you, sir.
Yeah,
It's just not
no.
happening.
I'm going to tell you.
I can't afford the injury. I'm
I
too
don't-
old.
I don't care. I don't
Gotta
care
have
how
good insurance for sure.
I don't care how stretched out you are, dude. Don't do it. I'm telling you.
Sounds like it, man.
I've had a couple whiskeys in me and like, yeah, dude, I'll give it a.
I could do it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'll bow out. But did you exercise this talent off stage, or just only whenever y'all were performing, and it just kind of came up?
Before our first match, it was probably since I think 6th grade, maybe the last time I did leg wrestling. I mean, who does that, you know? And
So you don't have a training regimen to get to the level of expertise.
Well, yeah,
that you're at.
you could get into it. I mean, his old school diet. I mean, it was brisket. What else, Henny?
Whiskey?
He always brings in a lot of whiskey.
the gravy layer.
Patrons.
Parton's
Pizza.
Parton's Pizza.
Parton's
That's one of
Pizza
my
has been
favorites.
a nice. That's a good foundation to start your leg work. Just letting you know.
That's
Maybe you
great.
should put out a training video to
You could start up a whole line fitness
Let's do this.
thing.
Let's do this.
Supplements.
See, this is how we
Fitness gear.
this is how we snowball ideas for the blowout. I'm telling you, this
I like
is
this guy. I like this
exactly.
guy. Hey, Henry. Yes, Fourth Roots.
I'm an ideas guy. I get myself in trouble a lot.
Yeah, so do we. Us too. Yeah, we find ourselves with more ideas than we have time, which is a good problem, rather
Yeah.
than the other way around.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure. So, we don't have the rest of your band here today, and that's fine. But when did they come into the picture? How did that all happen?
So, I guess right around this little after John started regularly bringing his horn and was essentially
Playing a song. I mean, we kind of started out with this a song.
Yeah.
Then it was like another one added once I kind of was feeling like, I'm liking this, you know, and then it's like, well, this song needs a cowbell. And before long,
So, and then the other thing is, so Dave Freeman, Super Dave, which he works at Magnolia Motor Lounge, old location, new location.
Okay. I just checked that place out. I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was in a band called Altered, which was Get Your Trim, and they were, I'd say, a pretty successful band. Like
Yeah.
they played at Curtain Club and did really well. Well, I guess that ended, and he was just looking for something for fun. I mean, the same reason for all of us that are doing this. It was like we got real serious into music, and you just kind of get jaded, and you're like, I just want to laugh and play guitar. Like,
just
how
have
do
fun.
I do
Yeah.
this, man? Like, and that's right place, right time. He was a bartender at the Home Plate. He came over to the Mule, and it was the next day I talked to him. He's like, I'm going to be the drummer of your band.
Nice.
Like, this is happening.
Nice.
And I was like, bring it on. One practice, we're playing a gig. And it was just me and him. I wasn't even full band. He came over. We set up in like my little office, ran through our somewhat set, and cool. Well, this Saturday we'll get it on. He's like, well, wait, what? I was like, yeah, that'll be fine, dude. Like, there's no pressure here. Like, this is we embrace mistakes in this band. Like, the more train wreck, the more we laugh.
And this was going to be your first show with the Mule?
It was actually, I think his first show, we were going back to Reds, but we were at that time we were kind of staggering. Mule, we actually played upstairs at Ridglea a couple of times, and
I didn't know they had an upstairs.
they had an upstairs, man. They still have an upstairs, but it used to be you'd go up those stairs, and then there was a bar on your right, and then kind of like a lounge. And I remember Richard and Wesley that used to own the Ridglea Theatre. I think Richard actually ran sound for us up there when we played a full show.
Okay.
Back in the day. But anyway, that's how Dave got in the band, and then right after that, John Davis, which was working at Cafe Aspen that used to be off of Camp Bowie. I don't know if you remember that or not. It's where, what's the name of that place now? Fitzgerald's, I think, is the name of it now. Next to Starbucks and Snappy Salads.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
next
yeah.
to Ridglea Theatre.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's like right there. So anyway, he was waiting tables there, and his soon-to-be wife or future wife was good friends with my wife at the time.
Okay.
And she's like, you should come over and check this band out at the Mule. So John Davis came over, and that's how we got to know each other. And then I started going to see his solo sets, and he was freaking hilarious, dude. I was like, oh my God, dude, like, well, how did the universe put us all together? And like, we ended up going back and jamming on guitars, and he was like he's one of those guys you meet, and it was just like we were completing each other's sentences, and all the songs we were playing, it's like playing in a mirror. I was like, this is happening, bro. Like, it's on. So anyway, he joined the band, and then he got his guitar shortly after that, which was, his secret superpower weapon. And he's been with us. I mean, I'd say the four of us have been 18 years together, if I was guessing, something like that. It gets blurry.
Yeah.
There's been a little bit of time elapsed in between those. But yeah, John Davis, like one of the funniest dudes you'll ever meet. He's if Lorne Michaels from Saturday Night Live saw him, like, that's where he should be. He's that caliber talent, in my opinion. So,
and the cool thing too, we started playing with just girlfriends. Now we've developed into having basically the same girls that we married, and now all have families. And,
married, and
still sticking it through.
Married, kids, and
meeting on basically every Wednesday to go through.
Yeah, that's the other special thing about our band is we love to get together. Like, still, we get together every Wednesday and we practice. Whether it's either we're running through music, we're filming a bit, we're doing green screen, we're road mapping, like, or year, where do we want to be this time next year? Yeah, and man, we've it never gets old. But we're still the band on time off, man. Like, we don't all run our separate ways. Like, we still like to hang together. Which after 20 years, man, I'm like, that's pretty unique, dude.
Yeah,
most bands are like, I hate him. Yeah. I can't stand his presence. So,
well, groups of people typically,
grow apart.
Even podcasters seem to start their own little tiffs when you get groups of them together.
I hear you, man. It happens. It definitely happens. So we're lucky in that we met each other early, and then we all, even going to Super Dave, it's like that guy gets hit up by top caliber musicians, like, go on the road with me, come play with me, and he's like, no, dude, I'm committed. This is what I want to do. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why we get to do cool stuff like the Blowout. That's excellent. We've always just, this has been our priority. We're not going to spread ourselves out over 5 projects, and it's paid dividends, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, so, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you all have regular jobs that you have to work like the rest of us?
All have regular jobs, man. Yeah.
Hadn't made it rich yet.
Yeah,
can I get one of those, too?
Oh, get you one.
Oh, yeah.
Get a pause.
There you go.
Wait, where's my button?
Yeah, anytime. Let me know.
Is there a fart button on there? Because if you got one,
I need to integrate one. I can run you through the soundboard here.
It was in our rider before we got here. I don't know. Did you not get that memo?
Oh, I was supposed to. That was one of the requirements.
Yeah, that was one of the requirements, dude.
See, this is the best I can do right here.
Oh, there you go.
I think we got other sound effects, but
I like that one. Yeah. We use that one. That's a good one.
It's a pretty limited soundboard. I'm going to add some stuff to it.
I like that. So you can dial in any kind of drop you want in there.
Yeah, and I haven't messed with it in a long time, but I can just download sound effects into it. So this thing has just been so incredible. I'm about to buy another one for the big room. This studio space is supposed to be for other people to come out, and this thing right here, I think now you can get them for $400 and something, and then these are like $200 a piece for these headsets.
These are seriously, man. I feel like I could fly a plane in these bad boys.
They're excellent.
Like, take a helicopter for the traffic report in these.
Right,
it's official.
Some people I'll catch a little bit of heat every once in a while about them, like, oh my God, you look like a sportscaster or something. I was like, it's so simple though.
This is awesome.
Well, it sounds great. You don't have to worry about the mic.
Yeah.
You've already got your headset. But I mean, altogether, this equipment, you're over $1,000 for something like this.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to do something like this, but they don't have a chance to dish out that kind of dough. So
did you have to?
That's what the big room will be for.
Kind of fall down a few times and get the wrong equipment to get the right equipment.
No,
or did
dude.
You researched heavily and went in and did the right thing off the bat.
Yeah, we were talking about limited time and resources earlier. I don't have the kind of money where I could just buy a bunch of shit and see what worked and what didn't. So yeah, I did a lot of research. I asked a lot of questions and. Finally landed on this.
You have a Patreon page, right?
I do.
You do? This is a great time. I'm going to give a plug. This is a plug. This is a call for help right here, people. Let's get that 36 channel version of this bad boy.
Yes.
We can work some real mojo up in here.
Listen to this, man. He is, by the way, he's going to be on every week now.
Let's just become best friends.
It's now the Fort Worth Roots Poo Live Crew podcast.
There you go. Help the cause, man. Help the cause.
Excellent.
Well, it's awesome, man. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're sitting here talking, I'm thinking about the first time I saw you guys. By the way, y'all are all dressed up in 80s hair metal.
Probably.
Is that what you call it?
Probably jumpsuits. Our jumpsuits is our preferred. Like we did a lot of costumes back in the day, and we do a lot of like play on words.
This was 6 years ago over in Eagle's Nest.
Random costumes and stuff.
There's no telling.
But I got to tell you, because coming out of the military, I didn't like crowds, so I wouldn't go to places, and Eagle's Nest was no exception. If there was a band playing, I would not go. Absolutely would not go. I had a girlfriend drag me there one night, and you guys were playing, and we had such a good time. And everybody was having such a good time with y'all's, the show that you put on. Not just your music, but it was excellent.
Oh,
and
I appreciate the compliment.
That
Thank
right
you.
there, and a couple other bands that we saw at Eagle's Nest. But you guys definitely, probably top of the pyramid there, broke me out of my not wanting to be around crowds and not wanting to go see live music and things like that. So,
kudos to her for bringing you out.
For sure. Yeah.
And I'm glad we weren't the band that like, we were the nail in the coffin. Like, I'm never. There you go. Well, at least we weren't the band. You're like, I saw you, and I'm never going out again.
No, but it was exactly what I needed to go. Okay, look, this is all right.
Well, man, that's the thing. It's like I don't think any of us had aspirations of, man, I got to be in a cover band. Like this is what I want to do. Like no one says these words, man. It's just the thing. It's like we started doing it and we started laughing and having more fun, and it just became contagious. And we've always kind of had yes, you could be the band that draws a sandbox and says, I'm only playing these songs from this time frame to this time frame, or I'm only covering this band. And how you do that for a long period of time, I don't know, man. That's probably part of the secret of why we're still doing it. We never built the sandbox. And like there's nothing is off limits. And we've always found like we're in a good spot, but we could do something cooler if we did this, and then we could do something even cooler. And every time we've just slowly grown, and ideas have grown, and ways to make things happen have grown, So it's been, and the thing is, like a cover band, a lot of people you just get up there and you play cover music and you go home and that's it. It's like we just think a little bit bigger than that, man. Like there's a million avenues and things you could do with this. Again, it's a time thing. Like I wish I had a picture of our old practice room. We moved a couple years ago and I never put it back up. But every time we'd get an idea, we had this easel and it was like this paper, and we'd write down like, oh, dude, we just, this is freaking gold. We're going to do this. And we'd post it up. Well, then it turned in. I was like, dude, this looks like a beautiful mind. Remember that room? I was like, this is a problem, dude. Like and I'm really bad about it, dude. I'm like, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this, and we can do this. And everybody's like, hey, dude, can you just pick one of these? Like, shut up. And
we got 20 other pages of shit we haven't done yet.
It ain't even. It's not just me, dude. We're all guilty of it, dude. Because everyone goes home and is like, thinks about things and like, you know what we could do, like so.
We try to write it down. There's been a lot of things we've.
Well, I feel like the blowout is it's the perfect platform to exercise a variety of all those ideas. Yeah. And really what we do is we'll go through and we'll write down. We've gotten very organized about all of our ideas, and then we power rank them. And then we are like, okay, these are the ones that we're going to concentrate on.
Oh, you've got a system now.
Oh, we built a system, bro. We built a system. Well, it's the way to manifest the best ideas, man. It's being organized, dude. Like you got to.
I got to ask you a question because I've been hearing this statement a lot from people that care about me. Do you get this repeated to you? You can't do everything overnight. Do people say that to you whenever you get into these production modes? It's not going to happen overnight. I've been hearing that a lot lately.
No,
that drives me crazy.
I haven't heard that in a while. But
people tell you to slow down, take it easy.
I mean, to a degree, there's no. They're right, man. I mean, Shawshank Redemption. He ain't getting out of there with a spoon overnight, dude. It's like you just gotta keep chipping, man.
It's a very good reference. Yeah.
you got to keep carving, I guess.
There's truth to that, but and there's some real wisdom to understanding that. Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight, but you sound like the kind of guy that's just always busy.
Oh,
and that's me, dude. Too. I'm just always going.
Well, my wheel's always turning. Like, how do we do this? How do we do it quicker? How do we do it more efficiently? Yeah. How do we really hone in on what's important, man? Like, and again, man, COVID. Like, we used to play 50-something dates a year.
Yeah.
And after that, I think we all kind of stepped back and like, man, what's important? What do we want to do?
Yeah.
Who do we want to deal with? what do we want our year to shape up like? Like, and man, if the person was a headache or any of those, like, we're just like, we're not. It's not. We don't even care, dude. Like, I don't want to deal with any of that. I want to concentrate on what makes us happy, makes it fun, you know. And we've made that the priority, man. Coming out on the backside, but there was a big shuffle. Like, I feel like we had our calendar would just build itself essentially the year before.
Yeah.
And then you kind of like, man, I don't know if I want to do that path anymore. And then a lot of the people kind of got out of the business. It was just a big shuffle. Like, no one's going to
2020.
Yeah, 2020, man. Like, no one's going to sit around. Like,
we lost a lot of good places.
Oh man, a lot of good places, a lot of good people that were in the business, and they just threw their hands up like, dude, I'm going to go sell insurance, or I'm going to go into real estate or something. Which I get, man. I understand. Like, you got to pivot to make it work. So, but it's kind of a blessing in disguise, because now we re-rack and just concentrate on what's important. And like, I'm so excited about 2023 right now.
How many do you have lined up for 2023?
We've probably got 20 something shows, but
it's January.
It's cool.
Crazy.
Yeah, the blowouts obviously are our main one, and it's a good chance for us to revamp our set list, because we want to do all fresh content for this. It's not the same repeated stuff that we do. I mean, we've probably got 5 hours worth of music we could pick from on any given night, but still, you can rotate those as many ways as you want, man. It's like you got to do something fresh.
So you go see Poo Live Crew, you see something different every time.
That's the goal. Yeah. Does it always happen? No. I mean, there's some that's just like, dude, it's just good. We still laugh. The crowd gets into it. Let's keep. You do some of that.
See some new faces.
New faces. There's always been kind of a churn of, I guess, our fan base, and it's crazy. I mean, some of the people used to come out. It's like they got a kid that's 18 now. It's like, like, you can buy cigarettes. That's how long we've been doing this. Oh my God.
I got a 15-year-old, and that's this crazy thing. Stepping on stage and wife telling me, "Oh, I'm pregnant." I'm like, "Okay."
And now he's 15.
And now it's 15 years later, we're still doing the music. But it's a blessing. It really has been.
Yeah, it's been a fun journey, man. Like, again, we've laughed 10 million times, dude. Like, still laughing.
Oh, you mentioned, there's certain places that maybe you steer clear of now, or they kind of phase themselves out automatically. What are some really excellent places that you all like playing here in Fort Worth?
Well, our favorite thing to do is like the festival setting, like Main Street Arts Festival. We love playing that one, dude. That's been a staple for us we're going on 15 years we've been doing that gig.
Very nice.
Pretty much the same time slot. We really like that one. I mean, the blowout is really what we would like to do once a year, every year at least. We're coming up on our 20-year anniversary next year, so maybe we do something blowout / anniversary party. Yeah, who knows? But we just got a lot of festivals that we play in and around town. We do it used to be annual. We're doing it again for the first time this year. Again, since COVID, we go up to Red River. We play at Bull of the Woods, and we'll do 2 nights up there, and it's awesome, man. They put us up.
Where's Red River?
So Red River, New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's like right outside of Taos. Like,
okay.
But we actually one of the girls that used to do booking for Spencer's Corner. I don't know if you remember that place over at Ridgemar Mall. She moved up to Red River, took over booking, and she was like, "Here's the band you got to get." So we went up there and played, and it's so cool, dude. It's go up there and play music at night and go freaking snowboard during the day.
Nice.
It is just super perk of, hard work and still being around, and having the right person that's seen you here to then connect the dots up there,
Right.
And we're doing what's it called? Rodeo After Dark down in San Antonio. Okay. That's going to be that's after we go up to Red River, New Mexico. And I'd have to pull up my list, man. I'm blanking on.
Take your time if you want to. Do y'all still do sports bars, kind of like Eagles and Us?
We here and there, man. It's
kind of lean out of that one.
It's man, we kind of get in as we're older. Like, I don't really want to be out till 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm right there with you. And talked to a lot of bands about this, but it seems like the kind of social trend has moved towards a lot of people don't want to stay for that headliner. That you'll have half the crowd by 11 o'clock.
Oh,
people just aren't staying for the headliner. So now what is the most desirable spot to have. Well, for my money, it's like 8 o'clock. That's the best place for the headliner.
The older we get,
and our crowd appreciates that too, man. With a fun one that we just confirmed is we're going to play at the Raw Brewery on St. Patty's Day.
Okay, and where are they located? They're on the other side of I-30, right?
Yeah, they're south off of Maine? I don't technically know which. It's the brewery.
There's a bunch down there.
It's off of Galveston. I can't think of the address off the top of my head.
There's a bunch down there in that little area.
Yeah,
right?
and that whole area is just changed. Everything's changed, man. Especially when RAR first started, man. Like I remember going there when they first opened, and there was 12 people at a tasting, and they had these little tabs, and you had your glass, and no one was in there. And now you go back, and you're like, holy hell, dude! Like it's an event, dude. People come camp out and set up.
Well, shit, they do like 5Ks and stuff down there. They're doing all sorts of events. They've done really good marketing in that place.
Oh, they do. It's Erin over at RAR, man. She's been great to us, man. Just like treats us like family over there.
Shout out, Erin. Come on the Fort Worth Roots podcast.
I'll tell her. I'll text her. I'll text her now.
Let her know she's in the episode.
Yeah. But we do. We got Watauga Fest, Azel concert in the park. We play
when is Azel concert in the park?
So they actually their main park.
It's got
the library. Yeah. They do.
The new police station.
Yeah, they do. They'll set up massive PA and do summer concert series out there, which is cool. Go out there and play for 2 hours. But we've done that for a good 5 or 6 years now, I think.
That's a cool little space, and honestly, it doesn't even
super cool.
I don't know. When I think about Azel and I think about what they got going on at that park, it doesn't really match up. But that park is badass.
Yeah, it's super cool, and they've got like that. They used to face it toward the concrete seating, like the tiered amphitheater seating, but now it's grown so big they face it the opposite way out in the grass, and you can bring chairs and
really spread out
secret coolers.
Now, PD will be out there checking those coolers, folks.
Yeah, maybe so. But yeah, man, we've got some things lined up, man. We're excited. Cool. We go down to Godley, Texas.
Okay.
That's a really fun one that we've enjoyed.
Some good
Is that
food.
down towards Austin?
It's like taking the
that's Godley Crescent area.
Yeah. It's down. It's probably 15, 20 minutes south of Fort Worth. I don't know. I'm sure someone from Godley is gonna like shoot me for like
straight shot down 35.
But you go off 377 through Benbrook and head out towards Granbury.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it's Del Norte. It's a restaurant out there, and they've got
that's the original, right?
Big, and they've got they built a huge stage with it covered, and the whole town freaking comes out, man. It's just it's fun times, dude.
Did y'all ever catch the 4th of July show that they put on out there at the park in Azel? I kind of went back in time in our conversation.
I have not. I've not seen that. Is that
I've
worthy
seen
of the journey?
Several times I've seen it. Now, one time I think, just about set the place on fire. But
my kind of fireworks show.
But they bring in a trailer on a gooseneck, and it's got all the fireworks set up, and they set
Preloaded,
that thing off. And I mean, you're right there on the grass.
That's the best way. If you can ever experience fireworks where they blow up like right above your head, like that's the. It does, because it looks like you're going into the Star Wars like time warp.
It's
like
unbelievable. Yeah, and if you could just lay back on the grass and watch it, it's pretty cool.
It used to be a really cool one out toward Weatherford, Canyon West. There's a golf course out there, and I guess it was the old owners, and they used to do the most awesome. It was like $20 per carload or whatever it was, and you go in the same scenario, dude, and it would go for 45 minutes, an hour, and it just right above your head. Yeah. Super awesome, man. That's the first time I've ever experienced. That's the right way to watch it if you can.
I tell you, there's little pockets, little special places like that you can find for fireworks shows. Fort Worth has consistently dropped the ball on the fireworks show. We have done so bad.
We played that a couple of times. And
was it on one of the ones that just went tits up?
No.
It's happened like half a dozen times.
Yeah. Luckily they went off the time.
Okay.
And me being an old man, I was like, I better get my car out of here before that traffic picks up.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I was like, because that's one of those, like, if you watch the fireworks, good luck getting home before ringing 1 a.m.
It's like 2 hours waiting in traffic.
Because the entire city comes out to watch it, man.
Well, and all the surrounding cities, too.
Yeah, they all do.
Because we put on a hell of a show when it works.
Yeah, when it works. I think this last one was one. Then they have to shut it down. Like, half of Fort Worth caught on fire in like 10 minutes or something.
They shut off 5 minutes worth of fireworks, and then everything caught on fire. And the fire department spent the rest of the night trying to put it out.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
It's bad deal.
The time we went was pretty
Yeah, it was cool.
We got. I think. Did you leave? I don't know.
Yeah,
We kind of got stuck right there where there was no getting out of there.
You're not
We're
going
on the
anywhere.
other side of the river, and
You
really
take like this trail back to get to that stage, which is like that Panther
Island? Yeah.
Not the stage they built over to the side, but it was the one that kind of tears off, and people get on rafts and are hanging out there. And
on the water.
yeah, it's on the water.
Yeah,
we did that a couple of times.
I haven't seen a show out there. What's it like playing that? Just total pain in the ass?
I mean, man, I think a lot of what we do, like we like let's get up close, and we're kind of a wireless instrument, get in your face band, and it was cool, but it's just a little, it's weird playing the, hey, dude on random inner tube.
or hey, cross the river.
Hey, cross the river. Can you hear me? Hear me? Hear me? Hear me? Like
Those people are having sex right there.
Yeah. See you in 18 years. You're a Poo Live Crew fan. Yeah.
There's some poo babies out there.
Yeah.
Some poo babies?
That's right. That's true.
Excellent.
That's the only way we know how to grow a fan base, man. Is like literally you come to the show and you make kids and you keep bringing them. Like this,
It won't be long. Our kids.
we're in for the long game, dude.
Yeah.
It's a different approach, man.
I got solid system, man.
I got
solid
two girls.
system.
I have two girls that are going to be musicians, and you've got.
I got a 12-year-old. He's playing trombone, and then my youngest is playing piano.
Did y'all move in town, or are y'all still out in Hazel?
I'm in Fort Worth. I've lived in Fort Worth for better part of, I don't know, 15 years.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in Fort Worth, moved away, went to school at UNT, and then I moved back here. Yeah.
I'm still in the sticks.
Still in Hazel?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hazel proper, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh well, just with the family
He's-
out there,
dude,
it's nice.
Some people some people claim Hazel, and they'll be actually on the Springtown side. So I was just trying to clarify. Not that it matters.
We've kind of had this bit like he's going to be the future mayor of Hazel.
You could pull it off.
So
You could
anytime we play out there, we do these kind of false campaigns of like, give it up for John
I want
Leguizamo,
him
John the
as
Leg,
mayor, I
the future. They go to do the background check, and the Santa scroll goes.
Oh yeah. Maybe not. I was thinking about, and I got online, and this is how far this idea went. Trying to find a presidential podium and presidential seal. And after I couldn't find it online, because I wanted to put one in the big room, and like people could do, spoof runoffs, or maybe PSAs or whatever. Somebody wants a presidential looking situation with the backdrop. We would have that. It wouldn't take up a lot of room. But anyway, I got to looking for it. Couldn't find this setup anywhere. And I'm like, I wonder if that's illegal. Like to make fake presidential setups.
Well, if it is, we would have been charged, because we did a bit for the first blowout where we printed one of those and put it on the front of a podium and an American flag in the back.
Yeah.
And John Davis, I wish he's here, because he's the impressions guy. He can do the best George Bush, and he did George Bush. It was George Bush covering Bush, and it's glycerin. And I can't even.
Nice.
I can't even.
Don't make me start crying.
Yeah,
Really
it's so
stuff.
funny. But
Is there a video of this?
There's a video. I'll have to share it with you, man.
I'll have to put it in the show notes. Andrew,
It's
don't forget.
Glycerin. I can't even do the any of his President Bushisms, man. Like he nailed it. But
I think Biden is going to be really hard to impersonate, because he's so all over the place.
that could be a tough one.
I think it might be the most difficult modern day president to impersonate.
It seems like even Obama was a little easier, because he
Obama would be easy.
It was kind of like he had the what are you gonna he'd get the momentum going and then say the words. But Biden, you're right. I don't know how you.
Let me be clear.
Yeah.
I think Obama would probably be either Bill Clinton or Obama would be probably the easiest modern day president to kind of impersonate. But Biden's going to be hard.
Biden's gonna be a hard one. Yeah, that'll be a tough one. Somebody will nail it.
Somebody will get it.
Yeah.
And they'll be on SNL.
Yeah,
for
they'll be
like
on
a year.
SNL.
Yeah.
So, anyway, well, cool, man.
You got lots of activities this week. You said your son's in a chess tournament.
He's in a chess tourney right now.
Where's this taking place?
Pretty funny. That is in Ridglea Hills, and I'll show you. Like, so proud of my kiddo. Like, not only did he go chess tourney. Look at Look at the shirt he's rocking to go to the chest tourney.
Okay, so for our people that aren't
you can't
watching the
can't
video,
see
I don't
it.
know if you can see it. I'm holding the phone
It's
up,
like
but-
a chest board shirt that he just happened to have,
black and white,
and he just rolled in. He's like, ready to go. Let's do this.
That shirt is very. It's either going to work for his particular situation, or if he was trying to dress up as a starting flag for
True, one of the
a
two.
NASCAR race.
It's
only two ways you could use that shirt.
either one.
That'd be pretty intimidating if I was.
That's the thing. I was like, you're kind of already playing chess before you play chess because you're getting in your opponent's head. Like, he's won with the board, dude.
I am the game, dude. You're sitting down with the game itself.
Well, it was funny. They get started and then they kick you out of the room. And then me and my wife are sitting over there.
Oh, so you can't even spectate?
Can't spectate
What?
because they worry about you're going to tip them off.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna tip them off.
got your own little language or something.
I was like, I don't even know how to play chess. So don't worry about it. Like, full admission, I don't know how to play chess, but my kiddos. So he's sitting there. We leave the room for 60 seconds, and he comes walking out, and I'm like, dude, what? I go, hey. Did you walk
Go
down?
back, play
He
the
goes,
game.
Yeah, I go, what happened? He goes, well, it's over. I won.
Damn.
And I was like, hey, dude. So he was doing well last I heard.
Yeah.
So anyway, pretty.
6 minutes.
It wasn't even. No, we came out and sat down, and it was not even 2 minutes, dude. And he walked out of the room.
That's
impressive.
crazy.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know if the who's playing just like I don't really care. I don't want to be here on a Saturday.
Right,
I'd rather be rocking my Oculus or Nintendo. Like I don't want to play chess.
Oh, that's impressive.
No, pretty funny.
Either way, yeah.
It was all good. But yeah, man. I guess circling back to the blowout, we still got tickets available. If
Where do people go to get those tickets?
we have an Eventbrite site, you can go to poolivecrew.com.
Okay.
You can go to we're mainly Facebook, Instagram. If we could. You can go to either one of those, and the link is on there.
Perfect.
But you can Google it.
Now, if
Poo
they
Live
don't
Crew
like
Blowout.
the internets, can they get them at the door?
I think we could run a card at the door. It's through Eventbrite. So I think the app or ticket people would have would be able
Just
to
get them online,
scan
folks.
it.
Go to poolivecrew.com, get your tickets there.
Get them online, and I hope you can come out, man. I really want you to
I'm going to
see
be there.
it. Just so
I absolutely will be
you
there.
need to come witness it.
Prison or death is the only thing that'll keep me from going to the show, so I'll be there.
Is that a situation or a
I'm
band?
just saying, I'm just saying.
I don't know if it's a band name. Like
It could be.
it could be a band name. I was like,
It
is this
might
a
be
new
now.
metal act that I need to go check out? Like,
Prison or death, yeah. It's got to be all felons, I think, and dead people.
it's got to be.
Yeah.
Those are the two requirements.
Yeah, you'd have to be incarcerated and have died at least for 4 minutes at one point. Those are
And
the
prove
two
it. We're gonna need
requirements.
some paper on that.
yeah,
Like, don't
for sure.
don't come in here with a story.
Tarrant
Like,
County. Okay, yeah, this does look official. All right, you're in.
Yeah,
Oh, you can't play an instrument? Okay, figure it out.
yeah.
That's afterthoughts.
Figure it out.
Well, guys, thanks for doing this. Would y'all like to be back on the Fort Worth route sometime? Tell me more stories.
Heck yeah, man. We've got some definitely some 20. If you can imagine 20 years of, man, we could go into some of our Mexico trips that we've taken, and some of the I think it's worthy of the story.
Can we get a teaser? Can we get a Mexico story teaser for the next episode?
Let's just say the leg took his mask and maybe had a Speedo that had the word poo on it, and maybe ran through the wedding reception
Dinner?
with the rehearsal dinner. Sorry, it was rehearsal dinner with actually the Speedo that said poo on the back. It was hiked up. He went full wedgie and went right through
in a foreign country.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is, yes, we were probably all 8 or 9 beers in at the time, and it sounded like an awesome idea, but we really did have a good plan. I was like, okay, we're going to hide in the bush over here. This is where you'll strip down. We will have someone strategically on the other side of the bush with your pants open that you can jump into on the other side.
And thank God, because the federales or security was right on looking around.
dude,
The authorities do not play over there.
The thing
for
is,
real.
it was a resort, but they were, the second we walked on site, I mean, one, we'd already been drinking at the airport, and by the time we showed up with it was a very nice resort, probably not worthy of us being there. But we rolled in with the styrofoam 7-Eleven cooler because we were going cheap seats with our own booze, and they gave us the look of like, what in the hell are y'all doing here? So that was the preface of it, and then that happened, and then we played the wedding, and then Johnny almost died from sunburn.
Oh yeah, the sun's different. Down there.
Sun's different.
Where were you? Do you remember?
What was it? We were close to.
Wasn't Playa del Carmen, was it?
No, it was. Good God, Henny.
Cabo was one, but
the other one we flew into Cancun, and then we went south, and I know it was guarded, and there was I'd have to look up the name of it.
I mean, it's because you got Cancun, and then just down, because it runs down the coast this way.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of south.
It'd
be kind of southwest.
Yeah. And
that's Playa del Carmen. It's about an hour away from Cancun.
It wasn't. It was some other small little.
But it's guarded like that. Like you the streets are rough, and then you get to the resort. Yep. It's like pristine,
immaculate. Yeah.
Guardhouse, guards everywhere. You go in. You don't feel at risk at all because they've got it, dude. But I mean, if you fuck up,
boy, they are
on you so fast,
so hard. And we were eagle-eyed. This
coming out of the trash can,
like, dude, we for
out
real.
of the trees.
yes, they're watching us, dude.
But I remember we woke up.
That was pretty good, by the way.
It was a good one. The first night we stayed there, hung out, and that's when we did he's damn near streaked through the rehearsal dinner, which had red flags all over us anyway.
Anybody saw me. I was halfway through there, and I'm like, don't hear anything.
But anyway, he seriously jumps in his clothes, buttons it up. I'm wearing a backpack, and we just lounge there like nothing happened. And they all run up, and they're like, "What the? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
That way."
And I'm like, "I think he went that way." And they take off. So we had to be very strategic. Yeah, you better have your ducks in a row if you're gonna go hightail through.
I'm glad you made it home.
Yeah, we made it home. But the next morning we wake up and we're sitting there and like, dude, look at how beautiful this beach is.
Yeah.
Let's go take a walk. So we walk down the beach, come back, and I look over at Johnny, like we doing sound check and getting ready and got his guitar on, and he's like, bro, you don't look so good.
Just neon red.
Dude, he had the most hardcore sunburn.
From 15
like, it was
minutes,
like
right?
Toxic Avenger started popping up. Like, there was like personalities coming out on his, hey man, I want to put some ointment on. Like, dude, it was hardcore. And I remember him coming, like, he had trouble sleeping, dude, because he got so freaking sunburned. Couldn't put a backpack on, like, just made himself sick, dude. He was like sun poisoned.
Yeah.
And I remember him coming to practice that next Wednesday, and he was just like, layers were just like falling off his shoulders, and I was like, bro, you need to go, like,
so gross.
I want to hose that down or something, bro. Like,
put
it was
on it.
It was.
He's just barreling through it.
Oh, right? Dude, it was. Yeah.
He was singing just. Skim.
It was so
15 minutes,
bad.
right? Was he even out there 15 minutes? Because I did the same thing for 15 minutes and got super burnt.
I think we took a good tour of the mile-long beach and back, and like even dipped into a couple resorts just to like, what y'all got going on here, man?
Y'all were out there good 45 to an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Super. It was bad, man. Like, we almost lost a guitar player that time.
Yeah. It's different, dude. And I don't care how many times I heard that. I wasn't prepared.
Being closer to that,
just a little closer to the equator.
Closer to the sun. That ain't no joke, dude. It'll get you.
Hot pocket.
But yeah, that was fun. We've had some other fun stories, man. When we played the Cabo wedding, we got kicked out of Cabo Wabo at like, I don't know, 11:15 a.m. Like, it was, they opened the doors, we're in there for 15 minutes, and they're like, I'm sorry, dude, y'all are too rowdy. You gotta go.
Oh, good.
Not our vibe.
No, yeah.
Damn.
But I hear they're really strict anyway. But it didn't help that we got there, and then the first thing we do, like, man, let's go on like a scuba diving expedition. So we go out there. The only one they had was like 8 a.m.
It was a booze cruise.
Was it a booze cruise?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not how it was sold to me.
It was a booze cruise.
Well, we get
left like
you walk on. You know what I'm talking about. And you walk on, and it's just like nobody gets on without a shot of tequila. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm doing this at 8 a.m. And next thing you know, you are super tanked and in Cabo Wabo playing the slap game, and they do not appreciate the slap game.
Yeah, it was. Two couples that were in there.
Funny story, man. Like, for my old bass player that used to be in the band, when we were in Cabo, and I did something, man, where I gouged my leg, and I'm like profusely bleeding
from all the alcohol.
Probably, yeah.
No more platelets.
It was the last sober portion of me trying to escape. I don't know what it was. But anyway, I grab it, and my bass player, he's kind of a timid guy and stuff like that, and he was wearing a white shirt. So when he wasn't looking, I'd go up and act like I'm shadow boxing or something, and I'd grab his shirt.
It's got blood
and I just kept doing it over and over and over.
Oh, this was intentional. You were doing it on purpose.
100% intentional. And then when we all got around, I go, "Oh my God, what happened to you, dude? You're bleeding out." And he's like, and dude, I had him just 2 blood cherries like going on.
Jesus.
It was awesome.
It's hilarious.
It was so funny. So then there's pictures, and the next day he's like, "Why do I have my shirt off there?" And I'm like, "You don't remember? You're
bleeding out,
Yeah,
bro.
you're bleeding out, bro. We had to
We had to save you.
But it was pretty funny at the time. And I don't know why when I started bleeding, that was like, I need to go find a location. And it was my bass player strategically on his nipples, but that's beside the story.
I don't know.
That's my evil sense of humor. I don't know. But
I could see me wanting to do something like that. I don't know if I'd be so bold as to ruin my friend's white shirt.
yeah, it was.
why we need
it was
people like
a
you.
good loss, man. Like it was an older shirt. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
T-shirt.
it ran its course. It was time to get rid of that shirt.
Well, anyway, I didn't mean to sidetrack on.
No, that's great. Those are the kind of stories we need for our next episode. And do you guys have a Mexico trip planned anytime soon?
No Mexico trips. Those were just a few that we got to do some location travels and.
When they get married, want to take us? We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. Yeah,
We can do that.
They're fun. They're a little bit of a challenge because it's like you can essentially bring one instrument and then you go down there and then you're at the mercy of what'd y'all bring for the show sound crew.
Yeah.
So those are always interesting. And even to fill the first one, there was like a language barrier with the sound man. I'm like, hey, dude, I need more of this and this, and just kind of.
Gave you the standard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And they just touch the fader and smile. Yeah.
Like this? Nice.
It worked out, though, man. It was fun.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank y'all so much for being here. Where can
man.
people find your content? I've got Instagram pulled up right now.
we
It's
got
just straight up
Instagram.
Poo Live Crew on Instagram.
www.poolivecrew.com is our home base. We still get on Facebook a lot.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of the people that, kind of watch us.
Demographic.
Yeah. Yep. Facebook is a good way to stay in contact.
Yeah.
I mean, assuming the algorithms will let you reach,
Right, yeah.
we don't get Zuckerberged, but so anyway, if you see us going live and doing like 94 different ways of trying to get this show info out there,
Right.
we're just like, hopefully one of these strategically reaches at least everybody that follows our page.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it does or not, but
Right.
I don't know what else to do, man.
Right.
Ain't nobody got time to keep up with algorithms, man. It's just,
Robots run the world now anyway.
That's right, dude.
It's their world. We're just living in it.
here's targeting on Facebook, like where you think you can hit someone, it's moving.
Right, it's
Like,
a moving target.
It
You don't know.
always is, dude.
Yeah.
We don't know.
And
so.
nobody knows. You can go
Nobody
online and look for videos on how to,
Yeah.
but nobody
Well,
knows.
if it's more than a week old, like that's old news, bro.
Yeah, for
like
sure,
it,
for sure.
it's not applicable now.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure that out, but
Excellent.
I don't know.
Well,
Anyway.
thank you guys
Hey,
again.
thank
I
you,
will
man.
definitely see you there February 4th, and I know it's going to be a great event, and I'm
It's gonna be a fun one.
looking forward to it.
It will be entertaining to say the least.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome, brother. Thanks
We're
for
gonna do
having us
everything
on.
we can to help you guys out and get the word out, and then this episode will be releasing tomorrow, or Monday. Today's Saturday. I'm living in the future. All right,
Yeah.
Fort Worth Roots, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Cannot wait to have Scott and John back on the Fort Worth Roots podcast. You guys were great. Poo Live Crew is, you heard it in the episode. I kind of credit them to getting me involved in the live music scene here in Fort Worth. Never was a big fan of going to these shows. And then I saw what a great performing artist can do on stage and started catching a lot of shows after that. So thank you to Poo Live Crew. And don't forget to check them out February 4th at Ridglea Theatre. You can get their tickets online at poolivecrew.com, and it's a really flashy website. I'm always talking about people's websites and how cool they are. This is a really, really cool website, and you can go there, get your tickets, and get more information on the Poo Live Crew team. You can also check them out on Facebook on the Fort Worth Roots page or their own. These are friends of ours now, so you're going to be seeing information about them on the Fort Worth Roots Facebook page or Instagram, and any other way that we can help these dudes out. A lot of fun. Check them out. February 4th. We'll be there. You should be there too. Ridglea Theatre. I haven't been inside the big room yet. I've only seen Ridglea Room, which, there's better places to catch a show. But I've heard the Ridglea Theatre big room is much different. So that's going to be cool. I'm sure. We're going to love it. Poo Live Crew is going to be there, so it won't be Can't be a bad time. All right, other events. Excuse me. Springfest 2023, April 22nd. We did this last year, and you heard me talk about it to nauseam. This year's going to be bigger and better. We did a lot of cool stuff last year. We had the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile come out. We had classic cars. There were like 300 classic cars. Huge turnout. The community really stood behind this one and supported the Springfest Car Show, which is why it's happening again this year. It's going to be bigger and better. There's going to be more food trucks, more activities. It's going to be great. And if you haven't checked out the location, YMCA Camp Carter is a beautiful, sprawling, like 300 and something acre park with ponds big enough that you could almost call them miniature lakes. It's just a really nice place for this event. And if there was nothing going on there, it would still be cool to just go out there and hang out and be in nature. The weird thing about it is that you're in the middle of like the Fort Worth Metroplex area, but whenever you get in there, it feels like you're 1,000 miles away in some wooded park. It's really pretty. So come check that out. Again, that's April 22nd, and we'll have more details for you on that as they become available. And there, I believe there are still options for vendors as well. I think so. So you can get on the River Oak Springfest Car Show Facebook page and look for information on the show and what you can do to become a vendor out there if you're interested in showing off your stuff. We had a lot of positive feedback last year from the vendors. Everybody was extremely happy with the turnout. So might want to check that out. Excuse me. All right, Roofing Solutions by Darren Houk. Go to roofingsolutionshouk.com, 817-882-6520 to get them direct by phone. Mention the podcast, get 50% off on a roofing tune-up. And, as we move forward, as we grow as a show, we want to make sure that we pick our sponsors. We want people like Roofing Solutions, people that are respected by the community, have extremely high ratings, and we don't mind putting our name behind them. You live in North Texas, you're going to need a roofer, so we encourage you to use a reputable company like Roofing Solutions, a local team that's going to take care of you even after the install is complete. So check them out. roofingsolutionshouk.com, 817-882-6520. And like I've just said this a million times, these are more than just sponsors. Roofing Solutions by Darren Houk. Darren Houk himself, his wife, his family, they're friends of ours now. We really like these folks. So good people. Wood Post Metalworks. You can go to woodpostmetalworks.com, and these people have picked up the tempo. They have been posting stuff on social media, all of their incredible designs that they're making for people's businesses and home decor. Is it plasma? Plasma engraving. They take steel, they cut custom designs into it, and make you something truly unique. So check them out, woodpostmetalworks.com, and use podcast 817 at checkout. Code podcast 817 at checkout will get you 10% off. HoukWalker.com. Houk Walker Originals. They customize, for us, they customize our tumblers that we gave away at the September event out at Pouring Glory. I'm always talking about this because they were awesome, and these folks know what they're doing because they took a crude image that I had for my business cards, and they turned it into the correct format that they needed for their machine in order to cut this custom design into these cups. So I didn't make it easy on them, but they still made it happen. So give them a look. Go online and check out HoukWalker.com. And they do a lot more than that. They've got custom woodwork and a lot of other cool stuff, great gift ideas, plenty of cool stuff that you're going to appreciate. So, and these vendors here, of course, are all local. Holy crap. These guys are all local. Keep Fort Worth dollars in Fort Worth pockets. That's what I always say. Anyway. All right. Scott, John, dudes, thank you so much for being on the Fort Worth Roots podcast. Poo Live Crew is an experience. There's a lot of names out there probably, I don't know any of them, that do cover band stuff, but nobody puts on a show like Poo Live Crew when it comes to cover music, cover performances. It's more than just the tunes that they are playing. It's the show that they put on. And the blowout, February 4th at Ridglea Theatre, is going to be something to remember. You're not going to easily forget this. You can go to their website, poolivecrew.com, for tickets and more information, so check that out. We will be there. And if you if you come out, make sure you say hi. Let's take a picture together. Maybe we can take one with Scott and John and make a whole thing out of it. It'd be great. Okay, is that it? I think that's it. Thank you so much for listening to the Fort Worth Roots podcast. Hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you next Monday. Peace.